Well, it's time for an update. I haven't done one of these in a while, and we've had a lot of people lose the plot lately. It's been a madhouse, to quote the Planet of the Apes. A madhouse, exactly a madhouse. So that said, we have a new rev and an old rev, and as the subject says, we'll talk about the new rev and what's new. So old rev, there's a black board down there. New rev, there's a red board. The new rev is working. So, you know, they require different hardware, but it works. So, for those who are itching because they happen to have one of these new revs and they're itching for one of these, well, you got it. I've also added a few additional features to it, which will come out in a soon to be software update, and that software update will work on the old rev as well. So if you have an old rev, well, then you're going to be in luck. So that said, let's take a peek at it, huh? So here's the software. All right, so nothing different there. You know, just seems like it's the same old, same old. There's a weather alert implemented in this one now, so we can turn that on. And if the 1050 hertz tone is transmitted, it will make a racket and be annoying. So I don't want that. Didn't hold it long enough. All right, so that's different. I did a little bit of some different things here because I put the talkback in the menu, but there's a faster way to get it to talkback now, and that's simply to hold it. And then you can go in here and set the talkback level. This is usually good enough for me. This is stupid loud. So, and of course the way out of that is you can just push the button to go out of it. And if you just short press it, it turns it on. And of course it keeps the light on, so you know it's on. I never understood why Uniden would make the bloody indicators go out. RF and mic gain almost make no sense to have. You push it, you know you're in RF gain. You know, you push it, you know you're in mic gain. Mic gain on this and the RF gain on these radios is almost completely bloody useless anyway. So, long press on that, of course, does the, you know, kills the beep. So, that all works the same. Memories aren't implemented yet. So, you can still get at the talkback in here if you wanted, you know, but yeah, I may just take it out because it's a faster way to just get in here through the button and just take that menu option out of the menu. Oh yeah, and one last thing. Step sizes. We can change the step size from 2.5 kilohertz to 10 kilohertz, 5 kilohertz. So your normal channel spacing is 10 kilohertz. This would be half channels. And that would be quarter channels. So if we wanted to do that, we can now do that. So 265, 2675, 27, 26, 2725, and so on and so forth. And that all works just fine. It works a treat. It just works. I've been using that myself. So, you know, and you don't have to, of course, leave it like that. You can go back to your 10 kilohertz step sizes if you so choose, and then of course it operates as normal. So that should be good with the open clarifier people, but chances are if you're just going in between, you go into half channels, you might not need a clarifier. You'll probably end up on frequency with whatever bloke you're talking to anyway. So the unlock clarifier might be somewhat pointless. So that's you know, different strokes for different folks, horses for courses, whichever idiom you want to use. So up to you. So that said, that's pretty much it. So we got weather alert, we got step sizes, and there's also an additional bonus for those who are interested in learning this. The frequency range on the new rev without a varactor diode swap is pretty limited. It's actually more limited than the old rev. The old rev you could probably get usually up to low 28.2, 28.3. With these, it's pretty much high 27.8, 27.9. But if you swap out the diode, okay, this one's insane, okay? And we're just going and 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 going. You get the idea, okay? Keep in mind, it receives flat through this whole range, except up here. The receiver actually dies up here. I think the VCO actually stays locked up to around 30 megahertz, 30.5 megahertz. I don't have a lock-unlock indicator on this, so oh bloody hell! It's just it doesn't keep keep the last setting, so that's because I've been debugging this, so it just doesn't store anything. Because otherwise, I'd kill the EEPROM. But so yeah, as far as how low it goes, down in the 25s. Now transmit is the problem on the new rev, okay? Because the transmitter only seems to be good for about 3 megahertz. Yeah, I know, somebody's about to say, only 3 megahertz? Yeah, only 3 megahertz. That's about what you can get. And on the edges, it's about a watt on AM. So, and it's a watt with some modulation. You know, when you go to the extreme edges of some of these radios, you get like a downswing where there's not enough power there. So that's 1 watt with a forward swing. It ain't the best thing in the world, but it's a forward swing. You go any lower than that 1 watt, and the radio is just, it's swinging down. You just don't have enough. So 3 megahertz. So that's pretty damn good. So that'll get you pretty much 26, 27, 28, and somewhere up into 29. Pretty far. You can basically cover the CB in the 10 meter band with this. No problem. And receive on both. No problem. Insane. You can't do that with the old rev. You just can't do it. This radio with its tuned receiver won't do it. This radio has no tuning. They did it. They have a different scheme here with filters. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I haven't really quantified it. Receive sensitivity on this new rev is about negative across the whole range, mind you. Now negative 120 dBm, which is pretty good. So I really can't complain. But it's a noisy as hell receiver like the old one was. So you know, and there's trade-offs. But all in all, it's actually pretty solid. So I can't complain. It works very well. So I hope you guys found that interesting. I hope you like the update, and I hope you, for those of you who are interested in going to acquire them, of course, lots of you already have, but hopefully the software update will make people like them even more, because that's the plan with this, is to you know, improve the software, and of course the software, like I said, back compatible with the old rev. Frequency range, it's not going to fix the receiver and the transmitter frequency range, but it'll enable things like the better weather scanning, the weather alert, things like that. Those are going to be good to go. So anyway guys, cheers, catch you next time.